Hello, friends, and welcome to this new interview in French for my YouTube channel, French in Exclusive. And today we have actor Stephen Stanley with me. Hello, Stephen Stanley.
Hi
How are
there.
you?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Yes, I'm
Well,
fine. I'm fine. So, are you ready for the questions?
I'm ready. Yeah, 100%. Let's
Okay.
go.
So, first question: what is the movie Mountain Shark about?
So, Mountain Shark, it's a movie about a group of soldiers that get called up to do a job, actually. All we know as soldiers, because I play one of the soldiers in the film, is that we're going somewhere to try and take down this weaponized device that has gone out of control. So we go off into the mountains to take down this weaponized device, and then we don't know what is in store for us. We're expecting it to be a relatively simple mission that turns into something completely different. So yeah.
Wow, okay. What is your character in the film?
So my character is called Adrian Walker. Now I liked this character because it gave me an opportunity to play a different kind of role that I'm used to. Because I usually play like a nice type guy role, boyfriend role. And this one, the guy was like cocky, arrogant. Certainly on the surface as well. When I read the script, they were the clues of the character in it, and also you couldn't deny that the character was, and certainly at some points of the film, he's going to look like a bit of bit of a dick, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Like one of those type of characters. But there's a genuine reason why he's like that. Um, And the reason for that is there's evidence in the script that something happened in his past that made him this way. He's actually not. Oh, I decided he wasn't a bad person. He just wants to take care of everyone. So he's a bit over the top. He's like, I want to be the leader. I want to do this. I need to take care. In my head, I need to take care of everyone. That's what was going through my mind. Even though on the screen, if it depends how it's edited, I don't know. But in my mind, that's what was going on, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Ah oui.
So I'm one of the military guys basically that goes in to try and save the day.
Oh, okay. The movie is it's gory, bloody or not?
Well, I only can talk about what I saw. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think yes, there's definitely going to be evidence of blood. Certainly, at some point, my character does get into a bit of bother. Let's just say that gets into a bit of trouble, and does get a bit of blood. I don't know what happens to some of the other characters, but yes, I would suspect there is some good action scenes, horror type scenes. Yes,
What do you like in the script in the movie?
I touched on it before, but predominantly my favorite bit was playing this type of character. I wanted to play someone like um that on the surface was not a character that people would like. Maybe a character people would like to see die. Do you know what I mean? Like one of those type of characters. Um, but um, yeah, I did genuinely enjoy it. That there is evidence. Again, it depends how it's edited. There is evidence that the guy isn't such a bad guy, but yeah, I just thought I thought that was for me. That was something I really wanted to do, and it really appealed to me, and that's what drew me to the project.
Wow. What is your professional path before this movie?
Do you mean like from the guy's life, or from the start of the movie to during the movie? Because there's a backstory for my character that basically I have to be careful what I say too much. But yeah, there was an event that happened maybe 10 years prior that turned him into this type of person, and he turns up in the film, and literally from the get go, he's like, right, this is how things need to be. I actually am not the most senior in command army officer. There is actually someone above me, but I'm like, I've got a bit of respect for this lady. Don't get me wrong, but I want to take control and I want to be the leader. And regardless of her being slightly senior than me, I class myself as the senior figure. So the start of the film, I'm like, right, everyone follow me, you know, and I walk around the mountains, I take people everywhere. And then even during the film, I just thought I'd say this actually, because I know that you wanted to ask me about this before. Was there any moments in the film that was challenging? Right. So about halfway through the movie, in the script, there was something the director didn't agree with, because my character was very well military trained, and I was having an argument with another army officer about setting up a tent. So, and it seemed a bit silly. One, that maybe I wouldn't have been set up in a tent and some lower rank person would have probably been doing it. And number two is I would have known how to set up a tent. So we changed it on the spot. And the director just said, Steve, make up a story. What, you know, like, you're going to have to make, we've got to have an argument in this scene. Your character needs this argument with this other army officer. So it was really important for the film. And I hope it comes out well. And I think it will do. And that was the most challenging part, because I literally had to think of something on the spot, and I had about like 3 minutes to think of something whilst they were setting up the equipment, because they'd already set it all the lighting up, everything was ready to go, and they were like, "Oh, let's just change something." It was like, just talk about something from your past, just make, you know what I mean? And I had to like think something. And the most challenging bit was, it's dead easy to it's relatively easy to improv on a scene, and you just make something up and you go. But then they go, right, second take, third take, fourth take, different angles, and then you've got to say the same story again. You know what I mean? Like, as an actor, if you memorize lines, it's quite hard to forget them. But if you're doing improv, it's quite hard to remember them. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're just making it up on the spot. So I think that was the challenge for me. That was the challenging scene. But the character journey, yeah, I was a bit of a tough guy leader all the way through my journey. And then there's a moment in the film where I think I actually do show that I care about everyone. And also the other officers, even though they might not like me, they do show signs that they do respect me. So, like I said, I'm really interested to see how it comes out. So I want to see if that comes through, you know, in the edit. So, yeah.
Wow. So you are actor, and for you, what is the most important to make, to have, for make this job?
I would say so far, you know, except I'm not that far in my journey. I'm still quite near the start. Although I've done about 30 or so movies, so I've done a few now. But I'd like to, you know, progress, you know, further and challenge myself. I think your determination and your will is probably more important than your talent. I'm not like an amazing talented actor. Yeah, I think I could be in the future. You know, if I keep trying, keep going, keep learning, keep you know, having acting trainers. Don't give up. Just keep practicing, and then subconsciously you're going to get better and better and better. But I think the most important thing is actually pushing yourself to be successful. And if that means finding work yourself, you know, not just relying on your agent to get your work, like going out there and saying, this is who I am, build content if you have to online, just do anything that could bring success closer to, you know, to you than just waiting for something to happen. I think that's.
And during the shooting movie Mountain Shark, do you have a challenging scene to make or not?
There was one scene that was quite challenging actually. Like, we're on the, because it's shot in the mountains in the Lake District. It was a lovely location, and some of the roads were quite narrow, so there wasn't much room. And there was one point where my character, I don't know if this happened to anyone else, but this was really good. I really enjoyed this. I had to run up a mountain, you know, literally really steep mountain, and I had like drones following me, you know, with cameras on. And I think that was pretty challenging because I had to run up the mountain as fast as I could, basically. And yeah, there was moments where I wouldn't say it was dangerous because we were taking safety precautions, but there wasn't much room. Do you know what I mean, to move around? Um, but yeah, I think that I remember that bit. But I actually really enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite bits of the film. Because I like doing athletic things in films. So yeah, that was fun.
Oh, okay. Do you have a fun fact, funny stories happened during the shooting?
What, like a fun, what, anything funny that happened?
Yes.
Oh, good. Let's have a think. It was a good group of people all the way through. You know, everyone got on every night. Um, One thing that I thought was funny, and it wasn't really that funny, but I remember waking up one morning and hearing like loads of really high screams coming from the hills. I was like, "What is that?" And I got my phone out and I zoomed right in, and I could see one of the characters' death scenes happening, and he was like screaming, 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 screaming. It woke me up one morning. Um, but in terms of my when I was on the set, I don't think anything. I think everything went to plan. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't one of them ones that something terrible happened, or like something went wrong, or yeah, it wasn't really like that. I think this one. I think this one was a good experience. I think everyone really enjoyed themselves. It was a lovely location, lovely accommodation. Yeah, it was decent.
Before this shooting, you play in the sequel Winnie the Pooh Blind Only 2.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a few words for this project? What is your character? Do you have a few word?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I I would have had, but I had to leave the set early because I had something else going on. So I am in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 for a bit, but I managed to escape Winnie the Pooh. He doesn't get me. But had I gone back the next day, he probably would have got me, and I probably would have said something to him or had a fight with him because that was what I wanted to pitch to the producers. But ultimately, yeah. So I've said to them that my character's still alive and I can come back to the next one. So yeah, but
Do you have seen the first movie?
yeah, I've seen the first movie. Yeah, it was a big success, wasn't it?
Uh,
Big success.
what do you think the trailer for the sequel?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, really, really good in it. Really impressive. There's some really talented actors in it. Um, and obviously, I can't say much about it other than what I've seen of the film so far. It's extremely impressive. Yeah, extremely impressive. And I'm really happy, for the producers because they've been on a long journey themselves, and they've hit success with this product, and it's a good story. It's a really good story. Yeah.
For finish this interview, what is your next project?
So I actually haven't booked my next project. I've just come off a movie. I've got about 5 or 6 films out this year. Um, but I've just come off a film called Pups Alone, which was a good experience because um, it was like a family kids Christmas movie, and I haven't done one of those type of films before. Like with kids in, and it was good. It was good fun, really good fun. It had the vibe of like Home Alone type film. It was one of them type of movies, and I was playing um, basically the man of the house, so to speak. The guy that owned the house that the robbers were trying to get into, etc. And I'm looking forward to that film. But yeah, I've just done that one. That was my most recent one. There's a few films coming out this year that I was in. A couple of Cinderella movies, Cinderella's Curse and Cinderella's Revenge. I think they're coming out both at the cinema, those two. Um, yeah. There's another film I did as well called Aliens Return. that'll be coming out this year. I'm sure it will be. But yeah. But these projects, sometimes you can, as an actor, you can get called up within like
we have a lot
very
of
last
projects.
minute.
Huh? It's
You get
your schedule is very busy.
yeah. You often get called up. Like I nearly did one the other day. This week actually. A lead actor in a film didn't turn up, and then I got a message on Instagram of all places saying, "Steve, I've just put you forward for this role. Will you be able to get to London within the next few hours?" I was like, "Yeah." And unfortunately, someone else got there. I didn't see the message quick enough, and someone else got there before me. But
And one day for you, is possible to making your own movie?
oh, am I going to make my own movie? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I am actually. I'm planning to definitely. I am passionate about the movie industry, and one of the things I'd like to do in the future is make my own film. It's something I want to achieve for myself. It's more of a challenge for myself. I'm not interested in owning a production company or anything, but I am a businessman, mind you. But I'm not interested in owning anything like that. I just want to be an actor, but I wouldn't mind. And I am talking to a few people at the moment about the possibility of funding my own movie. So yeah, it's interesting you asked that actually.
Wow. Okay, nice. I'm so excited to watch your next project. And thank you, Stephen, for being on the channel. I hope to see
Yeah.
in your future project. Thank you, friends, for watching the video and this interview. See you soon. Do you have a last word for this interview?
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate doing this interview with you, and enjoy the film. Let us know what you thought of it. And yeah, I hope it turns out good. I really do.